I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate this. Um, it was definitely I wouldn't say a challenge, but it was definitely a very unique experience for me. Um, I believe in jumping into situations and figuring it out. Um, and it was a situation where you know I didn't know how difficult it was going to be, and I didn't know how easy it would be. Didn't know any of the players, didn't really know anybody in the building. Um, but it was definitely an opportunity that I'm grateful for. Definitely an opportunity that I took a step and dove into, and so far it's been a good one. We went to the AMP, first team to play in the AMP in about 20 years. Um, and for me, it's about the kids. The girls definitely had a great time, a great season. We made a lot of memories, and the seniors. A lot of those girls were probably not gonna play again, because of the past, because of the culture that they had previously. So it was a good thing that they returned, and then, like I said, we just made sure they had fun and ended off their basketball career on the right foot. So I also I think that you always have to have, I would say, an inside man or a sidekick that can always help keep you 10 steps ahead in whether it's in the corporate world or, you know, something, as sports, whatever job you're doing, you always need somebody to be able to keep you 10 steps ahead and just alert and on your toes. And Coach Allen, Dave, we call him Day Day. Coach Day Day has been awesome. Even before I even got the job here, he was very encouraging, supportive to come to Johnston. But after that, just always keeping me alert. Hey, we got to do things like this. Hey, how about we try this? And I believe in keep doing things the right way. I like to do things the right way. I like to win, but I also like to win the right way. And he's been very supportive in that. And like I said, always being my inside man. Just hey, keep your head on a swivel. This is what's going on. Boom, boom, boom. And like I said, everybody always needs a person like that in their corner. So I'm super grateful for having him. I'm excited to have his girls, who are like my little sisters in a few years. So we're just gonna keep building and molding up the program to get to prepare for them when they get here in a few years and get Johnston basketball back to where it should be. I always say Johnston basketball, girls basketball is like the mecca for for girls basketball in Rhode Island, and we've seen that in the past with they've had a lot of good players that have come through Johnston. So we just want to continue that, keep everybody at home, and continue to build up the program. Nah, to be honest, I really didn't. It's funny you say that because I applied for the job, when I first started coaching a few years back. I think probably like six, in between 5 to 7 years. I applied for the job here, and not knowing too much about Johnston, didn't really know anything about Johnston. I ended up going over to Cranston East, and like I said, not being from here, didn't really know much about the cities. Only city I really knew much about was Providence, because I went to Johnson Wells and I live in Providence, but I didn't know much about Cranston, didn't know much about Johnston. Um, and then as I gained experience and spent more time in the community, coaching, being more involved, I started to learn that this was like the hotbed for girls basketball. So no, actually, and life, life takes its course, and I always say, be worldwide. Don't be a hometown hero. Be a worldwide hero. Impact worldwide. Don't just impact your hometown. And so I never thought I would be here in Johnston, even up until the time where Coach Dede was advising me and encouraging me to take the job. I was kind of like, I don't know, but like I said, everything happens for a reason. I'm glad I took the opportunity, and so far it's been fun. It's been cool here in Johnston, and I want to keep it like that. Um, so that's a tough question, man. That's a tough question. I don't want to disrespect anybody, and I don't want to say anything negative about anybody. But to each its own. It's not easy coaching. I'll say it like that. To be a coach is very, very difficult, and especially in this generation. There's a lot of entitlement. Kids don't like to be held accountable, so I'm not gonna blame anybody. And then you may not have the talent. Like I said, it's not easy. So I'm not gonna sit here and say oh, it was coaching, or because I know the coaches previously, they tried their best, middle school, high school, but I also believe that I'm good at what I do. I'm good at what I do, and I do things a little bit differently. So and I set a high expectation for myself. So when I got here, we just try to switch the culture up where higher expectations, from the classroom to on the court. We're not going to settle to be average. We're going to show up every day. We're going to work hard, and we're going to get better. And like I said, we're going to set the bar high. No matter if you were just learning how to play or you've been playing since you were in the seventh grade, we're going to set the standard high. Everybody's going to show up. Everybody's going to hold themselves accountable, from coaches down on to players, managers, and we're going to be committed. So, that was the expectation. That was the goal coming in. And a lot of those girls, you talk about the culture, a lot of those girls weren't going to play. And that was the first job, was getting them to come back, getting them to come back. Some girls were going to transfer, getting them to stay and say, hey, listen, we're going to do things a little bit differently now, and they wanted to win. I'll say that about the group last year. They wanted to win. Those girls have been playing together since they were in sixth or seventh grade. So they wanted to win, they wanted to play together, and they wanted to learn. It's unfortunate I only had 4 months with them, but they wanted to learn, and they bought in quick. They bought into the process, and we did what we had to do. We didn't bring it home, and like I said, I love to win. I'm a competitor, and it still bothers me, because the overall mission was to win the championship. But as a mentor, Coach Marcone, who recently resigned as the LaSalle football coach, always giving me advice and support me. He said, a successful season isn't always based off of winning a championship. You know, if your players developed and got better throughout the season, and your team got better and they started to buy in on the culture, and they progressed and they got better throughout the season, that's a successful season in sports. That's what it's about. You getting better. And everybody wants to win a championship. That's why we're playing, But I believe we got the best out of that group. A group that didn't do so well previous years, like you said. I mean, they won 20 games. I don't care what division it is, D4, D3, D2. Gianna Rollins tore her ACL twice, came out and dominated, and gave and ran through the wall for me. So those are the things that I take into consideration, I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, we're real winners. They showed up every day, they worked hard, and now we can feed off of that to continue to move in the right direction. This year we're gonna feed off of that energy, showing up every day and getting better, and we're gonna continue that next year and the year after. That's the goal, to continue to just work hard and move forward. Make sure you get your homework done in study hall. And like I said, when I got here, kind of the standard was, let's be average, and it was also in the classroom. Like, we're doing we're doing some of our work. We're not taking all of our tests. If we don't do well on the test, we're okay with it. And me as a person, that's not how I am. I wasn't like that as an athlete. I wasn't like that as a student. And as a person, I love to go hard, go 100%. And as a student athlete, I want to see these girls do well in the classroom and on the court. And you got to be eligible, right? And we set up this year a study hall session. So, hour and 15 minutes, hour of study hall before practice. Make sure you get your homework done. Help each other if you got a quiz, if you got a project. Try to knock out some of that work. And like I said, it's part of what we're trying to build here. We're trying to build great human beings for society, not just trying to build great basketball players. And if I always say, as a coach, you're super important to youth and to people in general. And we just want to continue to build strong student athletes, so then after they're done playing basketball, after they graduate Johnston, they can go on, go to college, or go do a trade and just have a good job after high school. So it's study hall and getting getting your homework done, just so they can be academically better. That's what I'm looking forward this year. That's what I'm looking forward to, and they know that's what I'm looking at a lot this year, being academically stronger. Oh yeah. Never step on the court, step on the field. You're never gonna have as much free time. Um, and I say that all the time to a lot of kids. I say, you only go to high school once. You got 4 years to play sports. After practice, you got dinner waiting for you at home. You know what I'm saying? You go home. You don't got to pay. You're not paying rent. You're not paying a mortgage. Your parents can either pick you up. Like, you're just you have a lot of free, not, I want to say free time, but it's an opportunity where you can still be a kid, and enjoy and make memories with your friends. But to piggyback on what you said, Mr. Erickson, Justin, has been, I mean, awesome. Without Justin, I probably wouldn't even be here. And I know some people don't like that, but he has been awesome. To see what he's done at Ferry. Bringing in the new scoreboards, the new mats on the boards, refurbishing the courts. Justin has been remarkable. And bringing in grants and funds into the athletic programs, into the schools. That's what it's about. That's why we coach. That's why we're athletic directors. That's why we're mentors. That's why we're administrators, to be able to help the kids be better, make a safer, better environment for them. So I'm super grateful for what he has done. And I'm pretty sure you guys, the athletes and the teachers and the students, they're super grateful for having him around. I mean, I wish, you know, I had an AD like him when I was playing in high school, because you go to him, he'll do anything for you. new uniforms, new equipment. Every day I show up, there's new equipment for us waiting. So super grateful and appreciative to have Justin as our AD. So I mean, I don't duck smoke, and some people are saying, well, we made a big jump. We went from D4 to D2. And yeah, it was a big jump. We graduated 7 seniors. Do I think it should have happened that way? That we should have made that jump should have happened from D4? We can sit back on it. We could say no, or we don't have the talent. I'm not gonna make no excuses. I'm not gonna duck smoke. I don't run. I don't run from competition, and that's how I also train my players and try to mold my teams. Listen, I love to be the underdog. If that's one thing you know about me, have learned about me with the teams that I've had, I love to be the underdog because we're just gonna work hard. We're gonna work hard, and whatever the outcome is, at the end of the day, we'll be satisfied with it because if we put forth our best effort and we work hard, we'll be satisfied with the outcome. So I'm not gonna say, I'm upset or mad about going to D2. No, I'm happy. I'm happy about that because we're gonna show and we're gonna prove people that we can compete, and we are gonna come in and we're gonna battle night in and night out. On the girls' side, I can attest to that, and I know Coach Bedrosian, he made the decision for them to jump up to D1, first time in school history, if I'm not mistaken, right? And sometimes, hey, you got to do those things. You got to bite the bullet, and you got to come in, and you just gotta grind. And yeah, like you said, to keep kids home. You know, I believe whether it's D3, D2, D1, you should be able to compete regardless. And just play. But if moving up will keep girls home, I'll take it. I'm at the point where listen, you can go play somewhere else. If that's if you feel like if you're from Johnston, right, and you want to go play elsewhere, if you feel that's better for you, that's fine. We're not supposed to recruit, but I will say this: I've gotten to the point where go play somewhere else. But when you see us and you meet us in between those lines, just be ready to give it your all because we're gonna be there. We're gonna be ready, and we're gonna show up. So that's where we're at with it because if you come and play for us at Johnston, right? If you come wherever, and we're there and I'm there, you'll get better. You'll get better. You're gonna have a good time, and you're gonna enjoy your high school experience. And if you choose not to, I wish you the best of luck. But just know when you do play us, it's game time. I appreciate you guys. I love what you guys are doing. I'm a big fan of you guys. I'm a big fan of sports media. Continue to do what you guys are doing. Continue to build this media program up. This is something that the school needs. I think this will attract more students and more athletes. So continue to grind. Continue to do what you guys are doing.